Hello everyone and welcome back to Even If Tempest. I am joined once again by Evan in person this time.
Wow.
We just finished Crease's route last stream.
Yep.
And given the fact
did
that this is going to be airing about 5 days later on YouTube, let's give them a summary of the end of the chapter.
So it turns out that Crease was a Membrum. Who would have seen that coming? Anyway, so the okay.
So it was the scene in the church with Hugo.
Yeah, well, actually before that, the witch got killed by the Endy.
Yes.
And then we go into the bar, and then Zen's all like, "Oh, don't go. Do not turn back time," and then all that.
Well, that happens after the church scene where we kind of tell Hugo that.
Oh yeah, there was a church scene like we mentioned to Hugo about Sister Isabella. He gets all like, "Whoa," and this. Chris ignores it or like kind of plays
then
it off.
It's the
then
scene.
It's the witch and Endy, and then after that Zen at the bar. Afterwards, we wake up in the morning and we find out that Chris is on the lam because he apparently killed all 7 cardinals and
their guards
and Hugo was found at the scene poisoned, and we interview talk with Inquisitor Lister. He gives us the feather, and we use our new power to look back in time that we gained from defeating the witch at the circus to see, which will be brought up later. Like that's like what happened.
Yeah.
The feather reveals that it was Hugo who killed everyone because like he saw what they did to Sister Isabella, and I'm sure that us mentioning it resurfaced some unprocessed emotions. And Kreese is there. He decides to clean up the evidence and frame himself.
Well, he doesn't necessarily frame himself. It's more that he frames himself enough that Hugo has the option of letting it be pinned on Kreese or confessing himself as the murderer. Then
Hugo ends up poisoning himself anyway. We cut back. We're like searching the streets. We run into Landon. He takes us like near the Linzel place. He stabs us because he's broken over Maya's death. Blah blah. Creus saves us. Now this is a point like where it deviates. There's a sad ending where Creus kills him and then Landon and becomes all yandere. Blah blah blah. But in the good ending, the one that we actually care about. Landon's not killed. Instead, Creus takes us to the forest. He doesn't want us to turn around, and he reveals everything where like he's turning into Membrum, blah blah blah.
And that as a failed Membrum, due to the fact that he hasn't killed anyone, he's being punished.
Yeah, he's being punished.
So he dies.
Yeah, so he dies, and we shortly die afterwards because of our wounds. We go back into like the runes space.
Yeah, rune space.
Elysium. And Rune wipes our memories because it's a little bit too traumatic.
Yeah, it's too much for us to handle, and our heart will break. And if our heart breaks, basically our soul, we won't be able to kill the witch.
But Rune reveals that by defeating the witch at the circus like a few more times, all of his power should come back, and then we would be able to
do something. We don't necessarily know what, but we'll be able to do something.
Yeah, and so that's where we left off, and now we're starting the new route, following Inquisitor Lister. Who is
my boy, my precious boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's Conrad?
No.
No? Oh, wait.
It's the witch!
Oh, wait. But, like, that's the... I haven't seen, like, that...
Oh, yeah, no. That's the witch.
Okay, well... Yeah. I mean, it was similar...
He's a bit fruity.
Okay, yeah, like, we haven't seen, like, the...
Yeah, that's fair. We've seen him in shadows and cosplaying as other people.
Yeah.
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 I forgot about that part.
Yeah, don't get all mad at me.
This is the witch! Also, apologies if you can hear my cat screaming. She is also trapped in this room with us. I think she went.
It's futile. No matter how much you struggle, how fiercely you fight back, how desperately you encourage yourself to continue ever onward, despair has its grips in you. Your repeated deaths will steal your light, crush your hopes, rob you of your freedom, and chip away at your will. You're finished. Oh wait, should we listen back on like the audio for the previous stream, see if it's good?
Oh, that might be a good idea, but we've already started. Do we really want to restart?
I mean, it would really take that long to see if
True.
it's...
All right, so
Yeah,
we're
just,
gonna
like-
mute for a second.
Yeah, just a quick
and we're gonna
pause.
check the audio. Alright, and we are back. We've checked everything, and we are good to go.
Alright, yep.
That's gonna be my new pant sound because I feel awkward getting really close to the microphone to pant into it. Yeah. Where am I? The witch, that's right. I ran into a witch in the city. It feels like it only happened a few minutes prior, yet my memories are a haze. I can't remember what we discussed or what happened afterward. It's like some fog has taken hold of my thoughts. I don't even really know what I'm doing right now.
Okay, so like we met the witch and then you gave us the cards, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And
We picked our route. That's
and then we
yeah.
were like transported and it was like,
Into
oh no, Commander Krios, don't go! And but
Yeah.
like now it seems like like
basically
somewhere
we've
else.
been reverted right back to the choice,
And immediately after.
but immediately after where we picked Tyrell's route.
Yeah.
And we have no recollection of the fact that we went through Krios' entire route. So
Yep.
yeah. Okay. Where am I fucking running? I recognize the make of this room. I'm in the castle. My memories slowly but surely come back to me. I remember now. I've come here to reveal Conrad's misdeeds. This all started 7 hours ago.
Oh yeah, I remember now. Yeah.
The clear blue skies suddenly turned black. The church proclaimed it was the work of a witch and warned us to remain inside and vigilant. Conrad, however, appealed for the opposite.
Our goddess fought with witches, and her blood runs in my veins. I'm sure she will protect me, but my safety is certainly not all I'm worried about.
Bitch!
If you believe in the goddess, then come to the castle tonight. I will endeavor to protect all from the witch's machinations.
Conrad invites the nobles loyal to him to one of the castle's detached cottages and hosts a party. Due to my win in the war games, I'm also offered an invitation. I'd rather die than accept his protection, but I can't ignore this chance. The hall is filled with Conrad's supporters, and their praise rings out far louder than any music. Their support leans into fanatical worship at times, and it's almost liturgical. Liturgical. There we go. Air makes me feel sick. Like hell, I'm going to stay here. Guards surround the royal family out of fear for the witch. But this means security is lacking in other places, like, for example, the private rooms of administrative officials. I have a general idea of who Conrad has under his thumb, and the owner of this room is definitely one of them. I must find concrete evidence of everything he's done. The backdoor money, human trafficking. I immediately reached for my knife. What was that shadow?
Well, if I had to guess, Inquisitor Lister.
And more importantly, when did they enter this room? Not only are they deathly quiet, but I couldn't even feel their presence. I'm not even sure where they're currently hiding. A royal guardsman wouldn't hesitate to make himself known. So why is this person hiding away? Moonlight reflects off a moving knife, allowing me to block an oncoming attack just in time. Unfortunately, the following attack clues me into just how skilled this assailant is. Who is this person? They're right in front of me, yet I can't sense their presence at all. Not even Vice Commander Krius can hide himself so thoroughly. I should at least be able to hear his breathing given the intensity with which I'm being attacked. It's as if the shadows themselves are on their side. Now that I've gotten a better look at his height and general build, he's likely a man. But just knowing that won't fill the gap in strength between us.
Wait. Maybe it's Ninja.
Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking Inquisitor Lister or Ninja. Or maybe Inquisitor Lister is Ninja.
You never know. It's a different...
I mean, the hair looks similar to
Slightly,
Lister. Yeah.
Say just like it's a little bit different though. If I lower my guard for a second, I will be staring at the abyss of death. I feel this keenly, yet my thoughts are on something else entirely. What a waste of a chance! My ability to revive has made me complacent. I'm such a fool. Regret is only something you can or should do after successfully running away.
Regret is something you do?
Huh?
Whatever.
The cold blade aims for my neck.
Let's see who this is.
Okay, it's Lucian.
Okay.
Who's there?
Prince Lucian. I found myself staring at the source of the voice. In that split second, the shadow disappears.
Are you all right, Lady Evan?
Prince Lucian, why are you here?
I noticed you leave for somewhere and followed you. I'm glad you're safe.
He caught me in an official's room. Of all places. I can't find a believable excuse.
You escaped into this room upon being attacked by that suspicious man, yes. I would normally order the guards to search into that man, but will you keep silent on this?
Are you aware of who that man is, sir?
He is Conrad's hound.
His hound?
He works at Conrad's behest. I'm of the impression he is both a skilled spy and adroit assassin. Adroit? Whatever.
I think back to when I once supported Conrad, about how Maya died in her search. I had never given much thought as to who the perpetrator was, but now Maya may very well have been killed by that man. I hear the voices of the royal guardsmen outside the room. From their panic, they're definitely looking for Prince Lucian. Fucking headphones are hurting my ears, so I'm gonna take this off. Neither of us have music now.
Yay!
Woo! But you guys do.
That's what's important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hear the voices of royal guardsmen outside the room. From their panic, they're likely looking for Prince Lucian.
Time's up, I'm afraid. I'd wanted to talk for a bit longer. We're still on the second floor, so you should escape out the window. Leave the rest to me.
Thank you.
The witch will be descending upon us tonight. Please be careful.
Ooh. New shot.
New shot, yeah. New art. It's morning. When did I even fall asleep? I was hoping to stay awake. I'm greeted by an average morning. Maya is safe as well, and she's prepared breakfast as she usually does.
Yep, as she usually does. Mm-hmm.
If nothing happens, then I can just focus on my revenge. My memories are still fuzzy. After using my Fatal Rewind and confronting the witch, my memories turn into a vague fog. I feel as though I've forgotten something very important.
No, you haven't.
No, you're totally not. Nope, what are you talking about? What are you talking about, girly bop? Quite the boisterous visitor. Shall I turn them away? No, it's fine. Let's see what they want.
Oh, yeah. I am here as a representative.
That was loud.
Oh. I'm here as a representative of the Inquisitorial Order. Evan Linzel, you have been summoned to the court.
I can't imagine why I would be. I'm not sure I can respond to a summons if I don't know the details.
It is regarding one Creus Castlerock.
The vice commander?
Ooh, okay. So does he out himself as like a member like already?
We'll see. Fair warning. Safe word is pigeons.
Okay.
I hear the steady drop of water down in this dank underground passageway the Inquisitor has guided me to. Neither sun nor wind reaches this place. The kind of stale, humid air that encourages mold to grow sticks to my skin. As we progress further down, I hear a sharp thud. What is that sound?
Ta-da!
La 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 la.
I think it's about time you confessed. Surely you've gotten tired of this song and dance too. Oh, not at all. There's something nice about getting a front row seat to such brilliant whip work. If you're so fond of my whipping, then we'll just have to continue this until your bones sing for me.
Kinky.
Yeah.
The whip cuts across his skin like an edge sharper than a knife. Despite the countless wounds he suffered, he lets out nary a scream. His tenacity paints an especially gruesome picture. Stop it!
Evan, why are you here?
I try to run towards the vice commander, but the Inquisitor standing on either side bodily hold me back. Bodily?
Bodily?
Bodily, yeah.
I mean, oh, new guy.
Cardinal. Old-timey, bitchy cardinal.
And who is this woman? How positively unruly. Lister, how much longer do you intend to take? Get that confession out of him already.
Oh, he has one as well.
Mm-hmm. So basically, what's happening here is they're trying to force Creus to confess.
Yeah, something.
To being the Membrum.
Yeah. And he's one of the Sacrificia.
Yes.
If the Peanut Gallery would so kindly shut up.
Look at those fingerless gloves. Those are cool.
What was?
The fingerless gloves. I like his gloves.
What? Oh, do excuse me. I was speaking to Miss Red over here. I do apologize for keeping you, Cardinal.
Cardinal? Why would someone so high up in the church be here? Is that torture an order from the church itself?
It's been a full 5 hours, yet
Damn.
he's revealed nothing.
Stamina.
You have a talent for torture, Lister. Don't tell me you've stayed your hand because he's your friend. Do I look like I've stayed my hand? It's certainly moving. And, friend, do not make me laugh. I feel bile rise to my throat when I see his vapid smile. I despise him so thoroughly that I can think of more than a few perfectly legal ways to kill this man. So, personally, it's pleasantly easy to ignore whatever past we have as I torture him. But, well, if you think I'm staying my hand, I must be. I'd like to test out this theory of yours, Cardinal. Would you take a hit from my whip? I hear you loud and clear. I'll leave everything in your care, but I pray you don't forget. We haven't much time until the trial. Then, there's something I wish to discuss. Torture seems to have no clear effect on this man. As it turns out, this man is the foremost of masochists. Pain and shame only serve to incite his sexual pleasures. All torture can do is please him evermore.
What?
I see. One truly cannot judge a book by its cover. And so, I must ask that you allow me to pursue alternative methods.
Inquisitor Lister grabs my hair. Bitch! Ow! Oh, oops.
Tyr, let her go! Cardinal, this girl is a cadet of the wings of Garuda. For 8 years, Krios has taken care of this girl as if she were his own sister. Grabbing her hair is all it takes to rile him up. Not even someone of his proclivities would stand to watch someone he cares for harmed before his eyes. I'm disappointed in you. To think you'd stoop so low. I'll use even my family and friends if my goal warrants it.
Respect the grind.
Unlike the goody two-shoes you call the Knights, conduct such as this is commonplace for us Inquisitors. We must deal with witches after all. It's as he says. We cannot afford to be picky in our methods. We must wield the iron hammer of justice in our goddess's name. So, Cardinal, do I have your permission to torture this Linzel woman? You do. Wait. Her last name is Linzel, you say? Indeed. What? She is a member of the Linzel Machizate? The daughter of her Royal Highness, the Princess Evelina? This simply will not do. Let go of her this instant.
Was that what he wanted?
Yeah. That we did not know is no excuse for a poor treatment of you. Are you hurt?
I was called here with no knowledge of what has happened. Tell me, why has Vice Commander Kreese been subjected to such injustice? He said explain, Lister, by the way.
Explain, Lister. You saw the sky turn dark yesterday afternoon. Yes.
Yes, I did.
And that was the work of the Witch of Ruin. It signals the start of the carnival. A trial of witches, for witches, by witches.
The carnival?
The Witch of Ruin chooses a single human in the dead of night, lights the desire of flames a desire within them, and offers them power. At that stage, they are no longer human. They are our enemy. Those who have fallen by a witch's temptations now act as their very limbs. This chosen member will commit murder before the night is over. And last night, we found a victim.
Who was killed?
His Royal Highness, the Prince Lucian Neusburn.
No.
A trial to expose the Membrum will be held tonight, and should we fail to execute them, yet another life will be lost tonight.
And you believe Vice Commander Creus to be this Membrum?
That is correct, Lady Linzel. Do you see the chains round his neck? Oh, fuck.
Cardinal.
Yeah, right. Yeah, Tyr will never call us Lady Linzel.
No. You're gonna call us Miss Red.
That is correct, Lady Linzel. Do you see the chains round his neck? That is a sign he is a sacrificium, one of the suspects. There are 5 sacrificia in total, and one of them is guaranteed to be our Membrum. All you need to remember is that we have 5 suspicious individuals pointed out to us. This is our only hint from the witch.
But that only makes things more ridiculous. There are 5 suspects, so why is only the Vice Commander being subjected to this torture? I see the exact same sign around your neck, Cardinal.
This is not but a trap! The divine protection I have received from our goddess would never see me fall to the fate of a Membrum. And besides, we have a witness. We've testimony that this man before you did kill Prince Lucian.
What do you think of that?
Well, okay, it's interesting that Prince Lucian is dead already.
Yeah.
I see already why this is like the second route.
Why?
Or like the recommended.
Why?
Well, because like it's richer because like okay, well like the first time like around there was like more introduction to like the cardinal or like all that. Like whereas like now we're just like getting right into it.
Yeah.
Well, one, we already know, like, from last time, like, Prince Lucian was, like, a sacrifician, and then they killed himself, like, blah, blah, blah. So, like, it's clear that, one, it's different. 2, so he died in that timeline, he dies in this timeline, so that seems interesting. Yeah. The fact that, this time around, Creus is different, like, because last time, like, he was the Membrum, but, like, there wasn't the chain around his neck.
Because he hadn't killed anyone.
He hadn't killed anyone. So, the fact... because he was the member and the other people were sacrificia, then like nothing happened. Yeah. Which means that this time around, either he was a member and he killed someone, or I feel like it's more likely that someone else was a member and killed. Because once again, like in terms of desires, like it's like killing desires, but there wasn't too like. I don't think Creus had like much desire to kill Lucian, or like anything like really like strong.
Well, the thing is that it doesn't necessarily matter if they have a desire.
No.
It kind of, they just have no inhibitions. It basically means that they could kill someone at random, but most of the time they do have a motive.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I don't see a clear motive.
Yeah.
That's
the main reason why, because the murder that Creus was suspected of the last time, that wasn't a carnival murder.
Yeah.
That was just a regular murder. So that's why they were specifically looking for motive, means, all of that. Yeah. The main thing I was saying is, do you remember one important information about the time frame of 2 a.m. to 3 a.m.?
2 a.m., 3 a.m.? I mean, everyone's sleeping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how do they have a witness?
Yeah. So yeah, it's Rick is looking a little bit suspicious, considering that like there's the witness and all that, like especially like saying it right in front of like Tyrell, who of course would know.
Yeah, which makes you think there might be more going on in this scene that we're not aware of.
Yeah, so because of all that, like it makes this like richer already.
Yeah, because one thing you notice about this scene with Tyrell is the fact that yes, he's whipping Creus, but he was the one who called for us to come in.
Yeah.
And also, he mentioned to the Cardinal what our last name was.
Yeah.
He didn't have to.
Yeah.
He could have just been calling us Little Red. But in doing so, he brings to the Cardinal's attention who we are, who we're related to. And you'll see that the Cardinal completely switches up.
Yeah.
Whether that's part of his master plan?
Yep. Anyway, so because of all that, like I'm sure that this would be fine, like if you're doing like this one first.
But
and
it just
then the
means
next
a
one.
lot more.
Yeah.
Just
So
yeah.
that's why I like recommended, and
Yeah.
like, that's why I'm saying like, okay, I see already why.
Yeah. And once again, you don't have to sit through all the boring introduction shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. That's you.
To the witch.
Nope. Rick. It's the Colonel again.
That's what I'm doing.
Oh, sorry.
The old man voice.
The fucking what do you?
I don't know.
Tyrell sounds like this.
Okay, fair. How could I forget my boy's voice?
What the fuck?
I'm sorry. Continue.
To the witch, this trial is simple entertainment. He intends to enjoy our suffering. But if we can defeat the Membrum before the trial, we can retaliate against his whims.
But Vice Commander Creus has no motive.
Membra have their hearts eaten away by a witch. They are beasts without reason. They need no reason to kill.
Nothing I say will get through to them. The Cardinal sits at the top of the church with the Inquisitors serving underneath him. They all believe in him wholeheartedly. And I'm sure he does too.
And I'm sure he doesn't.
Yeah, exactly. I thought they were friends. He won't defend his own friend? I don't believe in inherently right in I don't believe it's inherently right to blindly trust others, even if the person has authority like the Cardinal or Grand Commander. Trust is a conscious action. And despite the many scars covering his body, the Commander's eyes remain clear as ever. There are no beasts here. All I see is the Vice Commander I so deeply respect. You aim to continue this torture on the word of a single witness? Why can't you see how foolishly dangerous this is?
Foolish? Do you not realize who you address, lass?
We cannot be sure that the witness is telling the truth. If you have other evidence to back up those claims, I will relent. But you don't, do you? I also cannot help but feel it's strange that someone as talented as Inquisitor Lister is being kept locked away. He'd be better put to use investigating.
The reason we act on testimony alone is because this witness is a very trustworthy one. Right, Cardinal? Right. Our witness is a priest, and one of my subordinates.
Huh? He's trustworthy just due to being a priest. He fills a very important role, that's true. But that isn't the flawless backing you think it is.
How dare you!
His whip strikes me with the speed and intensity of lightning, the pain so searing I fall to my knees.
Evan! Here. She has done nothing wrong.
Oh,
no.
oops.
Silence. I need no instruction from you. The foolish one is you, Miss Red. You stand before the Cardinal, the man who delivers our goddess's message to her people. To stand against him is to stand against our goddess. You have all but chosen to ally yourself with the witch. You may be the daughter of a Marquess, but such knowledge will not afford you my mercy. Lister, your devotion comes across loud and clear, but it would not bode well to bring harm to a member of the Linzel family. So it seems. You should be grateful the Cardinal is so compassionate. Now, outsiders be gone.
So you can continue to torture him without any due process or proper investigation?
I am not the only one awarded the right to investigate.
Despite you being our most talented Inquisitor? Then at least give me information. Who are the other Sacrificia? Under what circumstances was Prince Lucian killed?
Why on earth would I tell you that, outsider? Those details are for those with investigative privileges only.
Then?
Well, he's not really investigating. But
No,
I
he's
still
not.
think allow me to investigate.
That is indeed the correct choice.
Yeah. 'Cause, like her, yeah, because then like you just dismiss it and then yeah.
Yeah. Allow me to investigate then.
Took you long enough, you half-wit.
Bitch. What?
Cardinal.
Okay, so yeah, yeah, I'm sure like the reason why I like brought us here is so that we can investigate on behalf of
Him.
yeah,
Because he's stuck here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. And since like she mentioned Linzel, because like then like Cardinal would be more open to it.
Yeah.
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 Were-
Cheryl is a mastermind and I appreciate it.
Were you aware that a tabloid magazine has picked up this story? They somehow obtained the list of Sacrificia and wrote of them as if the whole situation were a joke. Whoa. We must put a stop to this. I agree, but the magazine is already in wide circulation. The publisher has even broken all previous sales records with this issue. They'd likely buy the information this young lady now has for a pretty penny. Grius is popular with the masses. Should they come to know he was tortured on your orders, who knows what outrage that may lead to. We can't have that. Lock her up. No, wait. That would cause its own problems. Princess Evelina donates generously to our church each year.
Thank goodness no one knows our stepmother hates our guts.
Yeah.
Hey, Miss Red, you want to investigate, right? If we give you the right to do so, will you swear your silence on everything you saw and heard here?
I solemnly swear.
So she says, Cardinal. Do I have your leave to keep her in the care of the Inquisitors for a time? Do you mean to lock her up? We can't treat Princess Evelina's daughter so violently. Oh, that is not what I mean. I want to have her inducted into the Inquisitorial Order.
Oh, okay.
You will earn the right to investigate if you become an Inquisitor. You get something out of this arrangement, too.
So, for this route...
We're an Inquisitor instead of doing Garuda?
Yes, but also, instead of being one of the Sacrificia,
We're an Inquisitor
we're
investigator.
now the Trials.
Oh, okay. Once again, fucking, that's why I'm doing the Grius route. Oh, yeah.
So you know how Inquisitor Lister was in... when we
yeah.
were standing in there, he was set to...
Yeah, he was
guide
like the judge. Yeah, we're gonna do that?
We're gonna be with him.
Or be with him,
Yeah.
okay. I really like that.
Yeah, I know,
Yeah,
right?
I really like that. Yeah. I like how it's just like getting like this one. Like I don't know, there was like setup with the other
Yeah.
one and all that, but like this one's just going like full steam ahead.
Oh yeah, no, that's the thing you'll learn about Tyrol and like all Tyrol-centric things. Goes fast, goes hard, a little bit whippy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Well,
fun.
Yeah, no nonsense.
Exactly. He doesn't take no shit.
I see you have no complaints. Then all that remains is the Cardinal's blessing. We've no other choice. Let's proceed with your plan.
Correction, Tyrell has left you with no other choice.
Yeah.
He took away your choices.
You're just gonna be fangirling.
I am gonna be Look, I freaking love this man. This man is fucking great.
Is he one of your favorite, like, Otome
Oh,
characters?
fucking hell. He might be my favorite, genuinely. Because here's the thing. Okay.
Because I know, like, you, like, the one guy from Color X Mouse, the...
Yeah. Okay, because... Okay, here... In terms of, like, appearances, Tara, like, checks all the boxes.
Yeah.
Dark or, like, black or white hair, check. Red, purple, like, darkish eyes, check. On top of that, he is a snarky motherfucker. I will always love the snarky motherfuckers.
Yeah.
I want someone we can banter with. I want someone who will argue with us.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, I find it just a wee bit boring. It's sweet,
Yeah.
but it also feels a bit like
There needs to be some pushback.
There needs to be some pushback. My nicknames for my partner are twerp
Yeah.
and dumbass. Their nicknames for me are moron and idiot. Like, there's some fun in, like, it's the same way that I will say I hate you and say fuck you, and the way we say fuck you to each other. It's just, it's fun to have
I understand.
that.
Yeah. I like the man.
And Tyrell is a wonderful example of that. Okay. I let out a sigh of relief, and the sunlight chases away the uncomfortable chill of the underground. I feel as though I can finally breathe easy. That being said, anger still seethes under the surface. Anger at the way Vice Commander Kreis was subject to torture on a baseless testimony, and at how I've been unceremoniously kicked from the fucking wings.
Come now and try Historica's new favorite treat. Envine! The meat's nice and tender today. How about a bowl, you two?
The Cardinal is just as bad for trying to get me on his side for the sake of donations. Everything is pissing me off. Will I really be able to identify the membrum like this?
That hits the spot.
Okay, so like last time, Kreis was accompanying us for like the and now.
Yeah, so in each route we'll have a different one of the love interests accompanying us. And the fun thing is, we never play the same part twice.
Oh, okay.
So Sen's route is a bit different. Lucian's route is a bit different. Like we might, like depending on
like we're not gonna be like on trial again.
We might potentially. We might be on trial, but we might. Like, you know, there's always gonna be a different membrum. There's always gonna be a different, like, circumstance.
Okay, yeah.
Like, it's never... That's what I love about this, is it's never the same every time. Like...
But yeah, see, like, is that what you mean by the back shots, by the way? Because, like, that's a side shot.
Yeah, fair. Okay. Yeah. But it's kind of one of those things where it's like...
Oh, by the way, final tally for the Kreis route.
Oh, yeah, how many back shots do we have?
Should have done this last time.
Yeah,
but,
we should have, but it's fine, we can do it now.
Yeah, it was in the 20s.
It was in fucking hell.
23.
23 with a single Linzel back shot.
Yeah, in Kreis' route.
Yeah, in Kreis' route. We'll see what we have in all the other routes. But yeah, that's kind of one of the fun things is like where Orla was the membrum in our trial.
Orla?
That's Orla, yeah, that's not gonna happen again.
Yeah.
Like, it's always gonna be different, and there's always gonna be details you need to pay attention to, and that's why I fucking love this game. Okay.
Yep.
Inquisitor Lister, nope, stop for skip, no, bad. Inquisitor Lister.
Part of it, I mean, I think, the Witch of Ruin is aware that we're, like, time traveling, right?
Yes.
So, then, like,
so
that
the
because
witch
of that,
is always
can
changing
change.
things, yeah. And that just makes it so fucking enjoyable.
Yeah.
Inquisitor Lister slurps up his soup, which he seems to have bought from a stall right next to where we're standing. How can he be calm enough to...
You seem to be wondering how I can be calm enough to eat, despite the situation we found ourselves in. You've got it all wrong. I'm eating exactly because of this deplorable situation. Forgetting to eat is tantamount to suicide, though I won't force you to eat if you'd rather not.
I'd like a bowl too, sir.
Coming right up.
The light green soup is filled with vegetables and meat. It's a thick, hearty soup, the kind that needs a drink to go alongside it.
Is this your first time trying Envine? Can't blame ya, considering it's more popular with the menfolk.
Is it? I suppose it is a bit gloopier than your average soup. Is that beef?
It's meat from a horse's leg.
A horse? There's no culture of horse eating in Historica. I've heard that the nation of Grippa in the east considers it to be a delicacy item. However...
Envine is a traditional Gripen dish. It's said to help strengthen your legs. We eat fish heads out here in Historica, yeah? We say they help with your eyesight because those fish eyes have seen all the way to the bottom of the ocean. Envine's the same way. If you eat a horse's leg, you'll be able to run just as fast.
I shoot back. We have resorted to eating our horses. We are outgunned. Anyway.
Oh, yeah.
Putting aside how verifiable those claims actually are, the soup fills me up just right. I must eat to prepare for battle.
I can fill you up just right. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
That's the right thinking for an ultimate game.
Yeah.
I must eat to prepare for battle, or whatever else I'll be doing. I've ignored something so painfully obvious.
Finished eating.
Yes, thank you for waiting.
In that case,
Look, it's an Inquisitor. Could there be a witch nearby? Oh.
don't look at him in the eye, else he'll throw you behind bars.
Once Inquisitor Lister's presence is made known, the air shakes with the terrified voices of those in the distance. Why are they so scared? Inquisitors are actors of justice in the fight against witches, aren't they?
I'm surprised you can still say that despite everything you've just witnessed. We'll torture suspects with the flimsiest of evidence so long as we're ordered to. It's no wonder why we're reviled. So, what's your goal here? You want to save the Vice Commander you adore.
I think... Okay, well, I was saying yes, it's like, okay, that's the relationship we like, blah, blah, blah. But I think in terms of what he would like, it's like, no, we just want to find, like, the truth. Because, like, saving, because...
We want to save Krius, but that's not the reason we should be doing it.
Yeah, we want to save him, but, like, if he is the Membrum, then yeah. So that would be, like, we would be sacrificing, like, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So, like, the better is say no.
You are correct. No, that's not quite right.
Oh ho. You don't care what happens to your beloved Vice Commander.
That's not it. I simply cannot abide by your methods. To brand Vice Commander Krius as a criminal from a single testimony alone makes for a far too flimsy argument. My goal is to capture the witch. I've asked to involve myself in this investigation for that reason alone.
Perfect answer. Here are the records pertaining to our search.
Wait, do our clothes change as well? Because, like, we're an Inquisitor now?
I don't think so, no.
Oh.
Unfortunately. I believe we do keep our uniform.
The Wings of Garuda uniform?
Yeah. Because
As
it's
an
not
Inquisitor?
necessarily a Wings of Garuda uniform.
Oh.
We actually aren't wearing the Wings of Garuda uniform.
Ever?
No.
Okay.
Because remember, the Wings of Garuda uniform, it's that blue, like, overcoat stuff.
Yeah, okay.
Our uniform has been modified to be, like, partially red, I believe.
Yeah.
So that way, it's kind of as a way to differentiate ourselves from the other orders, because we're never truly kind of in one order. So that I think that's a way to, like, not completely wash out the character so that they kind of, like, blend in.
Okay.
Thank you. This is all? He hands me a paltry 3 pages. This falls far below my expectations.
You do know there are only 8 Inquisitors, don't you? No.
Oh wow, we already know half of them though.
Oh yeah, because
We know at least three
There's
of them.
him. There's like there's the overbearing.
And then there's like the squibbly.
the skinny one.
Yeah. What?
3 of them are having a little tortuous fun with that sly old fart, while the other 5 are so busy they haven't had time to get to any investigation.
And you still intend to claim you fulfilled your role as Inquisitors?
You demonstrated this earlier, but you're a short-tempered one, huh? You've got a good head on your shoulders, but your sincerity trips you up. Can't say I hate people like you, though.
Huh?
What do you know about the carnival? If it's nothing, I can fill you in now.
Please tell me.
Yeah.
Because like in this case, like we don't know about like the in this timeline like the
We don't remember, yeah.
we don't remember anything.
Yeah.
So.
But also on top of that, you have to like
Well, like you feed into it like the ego.
exactly,
Yeah.
and for not even just feed into the ego. For Tyrell, the thing that matters like to him most is truth and knowledge.
Yeah.
So wanting to be
Wanting to
fair,
learn.
wanting to learn, wanting to make informed decisions, and being smart, that is just apparently the bread to his fucking butter.
Versus like I know enough. Yeah, but yeah,
Yeah.
like in this case, like if we knew about like the people falling asleep during the
We could mention that, but
we could have called out
Exactly.
Cardinal.
But I think we're about to learn about it now, if I remember. Yeah.
Well, let's start by explaining why this witch trial is called a carnival in the first place. That will be the quickest road to understanding. As the Cardinal mentioned, this trial is a show for the witch to enjoy. The trial is designed to showcase the follies of humanity for his enjoyment. Only the Inquisitors and the Sacrificia are able to enter the hall, and though Inquisitors may speak, all arguments revolve around the Sacrificia. Once these arguments have concluded, 300 jurors vote on who they believe to be the most suspicious.
Why are there 300 jurors?
They're all citizens, chosen at random by the witch. Though only certain citizens are granted the power to vote in our people's court, this logic does not extend to the carnival. If it's the witch's playground after all. He likely assumes the masses will make it more exciting than those who would otherwise adhere to formalities. Once again, the Sacrificia are at the center of all arguments, so the suspects are given the ability to perform their own investigations, and all must cooperate with them.
So it's up to the Sacrificia to reveal who the membrum is.
Exactly. You're liable to earn the witch's ire as an inquisitor if you speak out of turn. All we can really do is provide support.
Oh, I'm remembering exactly what happened in this one. Oh, this one's good. Sorry. I should at least read through the investigation records. So, autopsy report. Case, witch membrum incident. The victim, name Lucian Noshgren.
No!
Age 18, sex male, occupation third-born prince of Historica. The crime scene is the royal greenhouse. The victim was not in his room when a maid called on him this morning, leading to the royal guards searching for him. He was discovered dead in the greenhouse. Time of death between 2 a.m. and 3 a.m. Cause of death. Blood loss due to a stabbing wound in the abdomen. A portion of his organs are missing and flowers were placed around the body.
Okay.
Murder weapon is unknown.
Alright, so, yeah, the thing around the scene of the crime is interesting. That was, like, important last time,
Yeah.
so.
So things to
flowers
remember, he was stabbed, some of his organs are missing,
and flowers.
and flowers were placed. Okay. The witness account. Wiston's testimony, Caleb Farnan. Caleb was one of the attendees at Prince Conrad's evening party. Thanks to the prince's status at the Scion of the goddess, Scion, right? Yeah, there we go. The attendees were spared the magic's effects. When Caleb left the venue for fresh air, he spotted Creus loitering about the greenhouse. The Cardinal File. Rick Monaghan. Age and sex, 58 male. Occupation, 7th Cardinal of the Nornan Church. History. From a family that historically produces cardinals, earned practical experience upon graduating from the Theocratic Academy and followed in his father's footsteps. Night of the crime, asleep in his room. Relationship with the deceased, acquaintances, have met during festivals and celebrations, but otherwise no special relationship. Creus' file. Creus Castle Rock, age and sex 26 male. Occupation, Wings of Garuda. So he's only 6 years older than us.
We're 18.
Yeah. Nope. Fucking hell.
Math.
Why can't I do math today?
Also, interesting that he's a vice commander instead of grand commander.
History. Eldest son of the Castle Rock Marquis estate. An illegitimate child, but taken into the family upon the wife's death. Left home at 14 and earned admissions to the Wings via winning the war games. His continued accomplishments led to his promotion to vice commander. Night of the crime, asleep in his room. Relationship with deceased, acquaintances. Sammy article. Among the many stories of romance involving the princes, only one name has never been mentioned, that of Prince Lucien. His Royal Highness remains as stoic as ever, no matter the woman, and there are even stories of women being drawn to tears. The only people ever to draw a smile from that icy face are the orphans he often visited. Sammy Tippett, 8, of the Southern Quarter Orphanage, is all smiles as he speaks to us. Prince Lucien gave us so many things. He's the nicest adult I've ever met.
Might give us so many hugs.
Oh, yeah, there we go. The despair seeping into his features is reminiscent of one that has lost his true brother. Conrad file.
Ooh.
Conrad Noshburn, age and sex 24 male. Occupation, firstborn Prince of Historica. History, eldest son of King James and his wife, skilled in both military and literary arts. He got involved in politics at a young age. Recently earned accolades through endeavors like the Gateway Tunnel Project in his bid for the throne. Night of the crime, host of a party at the castle, spent a sleepless night with his guests. Relationship with the deceased, half-siblings, didn't appear to get along due to the struggle for the crown. There are testimonies of him teasing the deceased in their childhood.
So Conrad's a sacrificia?
Mm-hmm.
And Hugo?
So is Sammy.
And Sammy?
The little boy, yes. Hugo Spencer. Age, sex, 17 male. Occupation, Wings of Garuda, Cadet Knight. History, eldest son of a family that historically produces members of the clergy. Though it was assumed he would take after his father as a cardinal, he left home at 15 to join the Wings. Night of the crime, asleep in his room. Relationship with the deceased, no relationship. Remember, in the last one, there was that guy who was obsessed with ninja?
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes the sacrificia just don't have any connection. Trial rules. Number 1. The sacrificia, jurors, and facilitators must all be in attendance.
Well, last time the guy that had no connection with anyone else was the witch. So.
Yeah. 2. One person must be executed. 3. The punished will be decided via a juror vote. 4. Debates will be held by the sacrificia only. No outbursts will be permitted by anyone regardless of status. 5. Trial will begin at midnight and must conclude within the hour. 6. Rule breakers will be executed. 7. Membra will receive inhumane powers for 1 hour starting at 2 a.m. 8. Victory or defeat will be decided only within the halls of the court.
Right.
No. When I see the list of sacrificia, I can't help but yell. Hugo, and even Conrad, so many people I know all too well have been chosen for this.
Ooh, juicy.
I have a bad feeling about how this will turn out. The witch intends to corner me with these dirty methods. What are you reading, Inquisitor? Inquisitor Lister holds out a sheaf of paper, a tabloid leaflet. The entire page is dedicated to covering the rumors of the recent witch incident, with an unfortunate amount of embellishments. There are even gossip columns and testimonies about the chosen sacrificia. How did they even get the details of the sacrificia? I thought only the Inquisitors knew of them. You don't think someone within the Inquisitorial Order is leaking information, do you?
Hey, you're really going to doubt my poor adorable subordinates?
Yes. The answer is yes. The only one we don't question is you. Inquisitor Lister glances so sharply at me that I feel a cold sweat drip down my back.
We, Inquisitors, serve our goddess faithfully. We would never leak information from your coin.
Aha! Inquisitor Lister, I'm with the Hideout News. Oh! Okay. Why does he get a... drawing?
He is the reporter, and he may or may not show up in future routes.
Okay, well, I don't know. Right now, it just seems like another disguise for the witch ruin, but...
You're gonna be suspicious of fucking everyone.
Yes, I am! I am, because, like, I don't know, like, whenever it's, like, a new guy that has a drawing instead of just, like, I don't know, like, the overbearing Inquisitor, for example, like, no drawing.
Fair.
Like, okay, like, makes it seem like it's gonna be important.
Yes.
In this case, newspaper reporter doesn't have, like, any, like, name.
Okay, fair. Well,
Well,
we
I
also
guess, yeah.
don't know his name yet.
Oh! I see you already purchased our paper. Whoops. I was hoping to get to you first.
Then pick up the pace. Give me my money back.
Yeah, okay, I had a feeling that it was him leaking.
Yeah.
Oh, don't go all in a huff over a few coins, sir. I already paid plenty for the scoop.
Says the man who came out of this with a hefty profit. I should have asked for more.
I'll be waiting for an update should anything else come to light. Until then, farewell.
So, technically, he didn't lie to us.
Yeah.
Because he said, like, my
subordinates have
not
nothing
him.
to do with
Yeah.
it. Okay, time for questioning. Who shall we start with?
You were the one selling information?
Keep your voice down. Sheesh.
Why would you do that? I thought you were the finest Inquisitor we had. I thought I could trust him. I blindly believed in him because of his reputation and because Vice Commander Krios introduced him to me himself. But in reality, he took glee in torturing his friend. He's a despicable man willing to sell information for coin. Inquisitor Lister apparently sees no reason to answer my questions. After reading through the newspaper, he tosses it at me.
We don't need this anymore. Pitch it.
I nearly gave in to my anger and throw the paper in the bin, but I stopped myself at the last minute. Inquisitor Lister sold information to the Hideout News. They're infamous for their outlandish portrayals of their subjects, from commoners to even royalty, and have had their fair share of lawsuits. Though they write only the most vulgar of gossip, Maya herself is a loyal fan of the paper.
I love the paper.
It is the height of folly to take these articles at their word. But there is something you can glean from the information hidden within. We are desperately lacking in information right now. I have nothing to lose reading this. Okay, so if we go to the
Menu.
Oh, fuck. Bitch.
Wow, you
What?
suck at this.
God damn! Fucking hell!
Wow, yeah, you really suck at this.
I know.
It's the height of folly.
Yeah, we were.
There.
You're right here, yeah. Okay, for some reason, I hit B instead.
How did you manage?
Don't know. Okay. There's articles on all of them now.
Okay.
The Kingdom of Historica is a holy kingdom under the protection of the goddess Norna, making the Nornan faith our national region. The seven cardinals of the
Religion region?
Religion. I just removed the L. And an I. The seven cardinals of the faith relay the doctrines and visions of our goddess to her people. But one cardinal, Rick Monaghan, 58, has another message in mind. That of the arts. The passionate cardinal has this to say to us. Love of the arts is proof of our humanity. We should feel blessed to have been born in the same era as the peerless Mel Diaz. Cardinal Monaghan seems to quite revere his talents. More than any sermon, our dear cardinal wants to wax poetic on the beauty
You
of the
skipped
arts.
Mild Diaz, of course, refers to the court painter. You missed that.
Oh, that's fine. We know who he is.
Yeah.
A handsome visage that outclasses even a stage actor. And the skills that won him the war games at
Did
the
you say
youngest age.
visage?
Visage, there we go.
Visage.
I'm doing my best! We haven't had breakfast yet!
Yeah.
The eldest son of the Marquis... Fucking Marquis... That's not right. The Marquis... and the wings of Garuda Vice Commander! Is there a man so blessed as him? He's so popular, his snapshots sell out immediately. There's even whisper on the wind of an official fan club. Prius Castle Rock, 26, is a man in control of his own branding, says a woman who knows him well. The truly terrifying thing about him is how keenly observant he is. He can view himself objectively while being sympathetic to those around him, and so he sells himself as the man the other person wishes him most to be. He's not more than a con man. My mistress even. Personal details redacted. With this self-branding of his is work in his... Well, this self-branding of his is work in his favor. That's wrong.
Will the self-branding of his is work in his favor?
Exactly.
Does is the question.
Mr. Castle Rock has been selected as a sacrificium, leading to appeals from women to see him declared innocent. Their belief in their handsome noble's innocence is steadfast. How will this faith tale love of theirs end? I fucked up so many times.
Yeah.
Semi-article. Among the many stories... Nope, we already read that one. Conrad article. Did you kill Lucian? Upon losing his beloved son, the grieving king turns to yet another of his beloved children. It is well known among the citizenry that Prince Lucian and Prince Conrad, 24, weren't exactly the best of friends. The cheerful Prince Conrad and cool-headed Prince Lucian were each talented in their own right, but everything from their areas of expertise to their personalities couldn't be more different. Their respective reactions to the ongoing events is a perfect example of that. Compared to Prince Conrad, who judged the night too dangerous to spend alone and spent the night at a grand party, Prince Lucian followed the church's warnings and closed himself off in his room. It was with the discovery of Prince Lucian's corpse this morning that we were enlightened as to which choice was the correct one. Prince Conrad's measure ultimately protected his life, but though he should be praised for his actions, the king's emotions are in turmoil. Prince Lucian's feat at the war games had the struggle for the crown moving in his favor. Did Prince Conrad strike out of fear for his own standings? These doubts and more have been clouding the king's heart. Hugo article. The painting Crusade depicts the goddess mounted upon Garuda, the divine bird, as she bravely defeats a witch in battle. The men who accompanied her in this deed were the Knights of the Wings of Garuda. Yet this ancient order has all but faded to the background in modern times. But what we want to tell you, dear readers, is not the order's history or the mystique of the Garudas they serve. Rather, we wish to put their beautiful loyalty on display. There's no way our vice commander is a membrum. The young man who so passionately claims this is yet another of the sacrificia, Hugo Spencer, 17. Spencer joined the Wings at 15 and currently serves as a cadet. His self-stated goal is to be a knight like Vice Commander Prius Castle Rock. He's not the playboy so many claim him to be. Depravity isn't even in his dictionary. This writer saw something even more incredible than loyalty in this young man's choice to defend his superior before even considering himself. The Viridian noble steals not only the hearts of maidens, but of naive youth as well. What wicked man is he? Okay.
Alright.
Before we question the sacrificia, let us head to the scene of the crime.
The castle greenhouse, correct?
Let me ask this in advance. How are you with blood?
Huh?
Quite good, actually.
Hey, what's going on? The Inquisitors ordered that I deliver these documents to him in the greenhouse, but the blood, so much blood! Was it that bad? It's just, when I remembered That's Prince Lucian's blood. Oh! Ow! Help! Someone come here! Ghastly is the only appropriate description. Blood, more blood than I'd ever want to believe belonged to a single person, has turned the whole area red. Though the body has already been carried away, I spot globules of blood, of flesh here and there on the floor. The blood's fallen over quite a wide swath, too far for it to have been from a blade, I think. It almost looks as though our culprit has dirtied the room on purpose. Did they spread the blood around after stabbing the victim to death? Inquisitor Lister.
You're awfully calm. Used to views like this.
Of course not. Why would I?
Oh!
What was that? Focus. This is where Prince Lucian
Wait,
died. I
so
must find the culprit for his sake.
Would we be freaking out more if this was our first route? Or...
I don't think that scene is in here if it's
Okay.
the first route. I think depending on which route you do first, it'll insert your memories from either Tyrell's or Priest's.
Got it. Yeah. Works better the other way.
Yeah. That's right. The blood.
This blood.
This blood. Prince Lucian.
Don't spill your stomach over the scene. Lean into me instead.
But I'd just be dirtying your clothes.
I'll make Cass pay for new ones.
I'm fine now. His Royal Highness died from blood loss, I believe.
The wound seems to point to a knife being our weapon. Considering our culprit is a membrum, I'd almost say this was too normal a crime.
Too normal?
Don't forget who we're dealing with. Membra have been given powers beyond our imagination by a witch. They can strangle others at a distance or rip a person's body to shreds without using a single blade. Common sense will only hamper investigations like these.
Which means alibis and motives have no meaning.
What remains important, however, is to understand why a particular method was used.
Could you elaborate on that?
Membra can kill with any method they choose: strangulation, stabbing, poisoning, shooting, crushing, running over, beheading. Among all those choices, why did our culprit choose stabbing? What do you think?
Alright, so this is an important part to save.
Yeah, we're gonna do a bad ending.
Gonna do a bad ending first?
Yes. Basically, we'll do the long ending later, but that's for file.
Alright, so bad ending first.
Yes. What do you think the bad ending is?
Yeah, a knife was nearby.
Yes.
Don't forget that Membra are all powerful. They could be in a kitchen full of knives and still choose to blow their victim to smithereens with a cannon. But our criminal needed to cut his stomach open. Why?
What do you think
He wanted to try stabbing him.
Oh, if only our culprit was so cute. Look back over the records. His organs were removed after death.
So the Membrum's goal was to acquire Prince Lucian's organs? What did the Membrum want to do? Was he acting on his hate? Or was he obsessed with Prince Lucian?
Who knows? If you're so curious, then you can ask the culprit himself tonight. No, I suppose you can't. Once the trial starts, we'll have no chance to cross-examine the sacrificia.
Which means we simply have to do what we can now.
So it does. One other useful hint is to find out why he was killed in this specific location.
Because it was convenient, I'm sure. Membra can choose not just their weapon, but the location of their crime with ease.
Yes, but why was it convenient?
I don't know.
Let's take this at a different angle. Let's say you're a Membrum. What feelings would you have to hold for our victim to choose this particular location?
Feelings.
Killing intent. I mean, yeah, it's simple.
If he was just out to murder Prince Lucian, his bedroom would have been a perfectly serviceable location. Would you choose a location full of beautiful flowers as the final resting place for someone you despise? His organs being missing also strikes out simple killing intent. There are more involved emotions here. You do well to remember that intent is not always enough to actually take another's life.
And so this leads to bad ending.
You can go home, Miss Red. Certainly you understand that you aren't cut out for investigative work. I'm done wasting time. Leave.
Wait, I can still help.
Your help will only serve to quicken Cass's death.
He actually chased me away. What do I do now? I guess I'll just have to continue this on my own.
Hey. Oh, hi, Andy.
Hi! Here? In the middle of the day? I pull out my sword. I can't die here when I've yet to accomplish anything. But... The monster tears into my body and then... nothing. His claws scoop at my innards, pulling them out one by one by one. And he indulges in the taste of my flesh. So that's the first dead end of the route.
Alright. Are there more
Yes.
for like this for Tyrell?
Yes. There are multiple.
Or like more than Creus?
Yes. Creus, I think, only had one dead end. Tyrell has 4.
Ooh.
So, what do you think the correct choice is?
Well, I mean, the knife was nearby was wrong, so no other choice.
Yeah.
It was just the opposite.
Yep.
Like,
Exactly. Our culprit needed to cut his stomach open. Our next question then is, why?
remove his organs.
That's the only reasonable answer here, given how his abdomen has been all but emptied out.
So the Membrum's goal was to acquire
Well,
Prince
based
Lucian's
on
organs?
based on all this so far, like affection, like it does point to the orphan currently, because like the orphan was the only one that like said like I love him.
Okay. What did the Membrum want to do? Was he acting on his hate? Or was he obsessed with Prince Lucian?
Who knows? If you're so curious, then you can ask the culprit himself tonight. No. I suppose you can't. Once the trial starts, we'll have no choice, no chance to cross-examine the sacrificia.
Which means we simply have to do what we can now.
So it does. One other useful hint is to find out why he has killed in this specific location.
Because it was convenient, I'm sure. Membra can choose not just their weapon, but the location of their crime with ease.
Yes, but why was it convenient?
I don't know.
You're being very chatty right now.
My cat, once it gets closer to when she's let out of the room, gets loud. Okay.
let's take this at a different angle. Let's say you're a membrum. What feelings would you have to hold for our victim to choose this particular location?
Feelings.
Affection.
This place is far too beautiful to kill someone I despise. I'd want them to see something far more vulgar if it were me. Yet, according to the autopsy, Prince Lucian's body was surrounded by flowers when he was found. I can only assume from this that our membrum harbors something closer to affection for Prince Lucian.
I agree. Though I'm not sure I'd go as far as to say this was done out of affection. Still, his organs being whisked away means this was more than simple whim. You do well to remember that intent is not always enough to actually take another's life. You're turning out to be pretty useful. No wonder Cass is so fond of you.
He's praising me, right? I'm overjoyed to be acknowledged by someone otherwise so strict.
I use what and whoever I can until they've been run down. I hope you're ready to work for me. With her here, maybe he doesn't have to die.
Okay.
It's about time we head out to question the Sacrificia.
Understood. It would be really funny if the mic doesn't pick up on any of it.
Yeah. So we're just meowing to ourselves.
She's like right over there, and like I look down and she's just like big eyes. I'm sorry. I couldn't keep our promise.
Did you say something just now?
Huh? No, I didn't say anything.
No, never mind.
Stopping yourself just makes me more curious.
I don't want to hear that from you. I've said it before, but let me say it again. We are not the focus of the carnival. The Sacrificia are.
Okay.
Jeez, she's being a little fucking menace.
You know, does
I'm gonna check.
the cleaning lady tell you if...
Keep stream entertained.
Well, what am I supposed to do? Oh, I got nothing. Man.
Still,
Oh.
we'll be able to let her in a bit though.
Does she let you know when she leaves or is about to leave?
Typically, but sometimes she doesn't, so I wanted to check. Alrighty.
Our role as Inquisitors is to make the membrum trip up. We must encourage discussion while gently urging the trial in the right direction, all while keeping the witch none the wiser.
I understand in theory, but it sounds difficult in practice. Just finding out who the culprit is sounds much easier by comparison. So what exactly do we need to do?
Keep the following two things in mind at all times. First, work to understand our Sacrificia. People tend to show their true colors when their weaknesses are taken advantage of.
Try to keep her out of my closet.
Flatter a person weak to praise until they trip up. Use force with someone who buckles under pressure. Learn and understand what makes people tick and what you can use to unsettle them. Next is our agenda. No use talking about good mead in the middle of court. Think real hard about what we need to discuss to get us closer to the truth. For example, our witness. Did he really see the moment Cass killed Prince Lucian? Not only do we really need to discuss this, but I want to drag that guy to court to testify.
So I have 2 goals for this investigation. I need to better understand the Sacrificia, and I need to consider items of discussion that will lead us to the truth. Can we meet up with the witnesses?
He's apparently undergoing questioning in the church. I've made arrangements to have him handed over to us, but I've not got a response yet. I intend to return to the church at 7 tonight, so I'm aiming to finish questioning the Sacrificia by then.
It's 1 o'clock. Considering travel, we only have about 5 hours to investigate.
So, who do we start with?
Bum bum bum.
Bum, bum, bum.
All right.
Okay, I need
We already read those articles, so.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah, and I can see as well, like, the order.
Actually,
What?
I didn't save.
Do you want to save?
Yeah, I need to go back to Tyrell's last.
So, who do we start with?
And then save there.
Yeah. Let's
Oh yeah, I see
say-
the guide.
Yeah. That's the end. So, the next bad ending,
Oh, we do already?
yes, is just to not.
Investigate anyone? What the fuck?
Where to next?
What's with this thing?
Get away from it, Inquisitor!
What?
Inquisitor Lister!
Okay. Oh.
Ah! So that was bad ending too.
Yeah.
Okay, now we can do a proper investigation. Alright, so who do you think we start with?
Hold on. All right. I mean, yeah, I think yes. Well, based on this guy, now we're starting with Rick, the Cardinal.
Yes. Whoa.
Awesome.
Ah, shit. We're about to go sightseeing. Woo!
First time here.
Yes, the stained glass window is beautiful. You know what else it is? The church where Creus' sister died!
Wow, Creus' sister died here?
Be careful with those. Though there are priceless historical artifacts among these items.
Gotta go, Monaghan. What should we do with this sculpture?
This is a high-quality piece. Transfer it to the main church before the demolition.
It's demolition.
What? Did Castle Rock finally break?
Oh, wait, no, sorry. I think I read that wrong. I think that was...
What? Did Castle Rock finally break? No. We've come to speak with you, Carnigal Monaghan. With me? Certainly you don't suspect I'm the Membrum, do you?
Of course I do. We know nothing of the truth. Everyone is suspicious in equal measure. But I definitely shouldn't say anything of the sort. I'm not here to hit him with complaints. I think back on everything Inquisitor Lister told me. I must understand his personality and find topics of discussion that can lead us to the truth. What should I talk about to better understand Cardinal Monaghan?
There was an article featuring you in the paper, Cardinal. If the details are trustworthy, then you appear to have a fondness for art. You have a painting or two at home, do you not, Evan?
Of course. We actually have a portrait of Evelina, my mother, hanging in the main room. I believe the painter was...
Mael Diaz, yes. That legendary portrait is hanging in the Linzel home?
I only ever saw it in passing when I lived at the manor, so I don't actually remember the artist, but let's go with it. That sounds right. It's a beautiful painting. And that certainly isn't a lie. That portrait manages to capture her once-in-a-century beauty so thoroughly that I momentarily forgot my hatred for her when I first saw it.
Oh, I knew it. Mael Diaz truly is a genius. Only he could ever think to capture Princess Evelina's beauty. Is he so talented an artist?
What about?
Yeah.
Talented far undersells him. He is a genius. He can turn even a cockroach into an artistic beauty.
Why do they keep bringing up cockroaches? Just ignore it. A cockroach. Though I'm sure he wants to impress on him this artist's talent, I wish he could have used any other example.
Your life is certainly a joyful one, Lady Linzel. You're able to gaze on the beauty of Princess Evelina's portrait each and every day. Is that truly something to be so grateful for when she can meet Princess Evelina herself? Of course it is. Humans will only wither with age, but the beauty of a painting lasts for eternity. I believe Mael Diaz painted Princess Evelina's visage 15 years ago, which means she was 25 at the time. She was still with her first husband. Oh, what worth would such a painting have if she'd been a young maiden in her teens?
Yeah, just ignore it.
What a missed opportunity. Well, still better than a painting of the princess in her 40s.
Damn. Tell me how you really feel. Interesting. Art is what gets Cardinal Monaghan talking. Maybe I can use his fondness for Mael Diaz's art.
The rumors paint the man as an odd one. But what genius isn't? What I wouldn't give to become his patron and have him create my perfect painting. I've risen to the ranks of Cardinal, but I cannot even attain my deepest desires. If only I had the connections.
I may be able to put you in contact with Master Diaz.
You can?
Well, my mother is the sister of the king. I should be able to meet with the court painter. Which is a bluff, of course. We don't have that kind of mother-daughter relationship. But I want to have an in with the cardinal, tenuous as it may be.
Look at Lister.
He's so proud of us. The cardinal's words hold enough sway that Vice Commander Creus wound up tortured before the trial. I need a way to shut him up in the worst-case scenario.
Can you really introduce me to Mael Diaz?
I can't promise you anything except my best efforts to do so.
Oh, please! By all means, I'll pay whatever price you have to meet him.
The cardinal jumps on my bait and I do everything I can to keep my grin an eternal one. I don't want money. We must resolve this situation as soon as possible if I'm to introduce you to the court painter. We must end this tonight. And to do that, I would ask for your help. In your opinion, what do we need to capture the Membrum?
You've come to the right place. I'm an avid reader of mystery novels, you see.
Ooh.
First, you must carefully examine the scene of His Royal Highness's death. After that comes witness accounts. The existence of a witness can drastically change the difficulty of a case.
I understand your reason for suspecting the Vice Commander, but I must wonder if a single witness account is enough to sway the masses.
You are exactly correct. This is why I ordered the interrogation of Korea's Castle Rock. If he confesses, we'll be able to easily close the book on everything.
Everything. Do you include the incident 13 years ago in this?
Ooh! 13
Tyr!
years ago?
Why do you know of that? Did Castle Rock speak of it? You are not to speak of that to anyone. It was a simple misunderstanding.
We finished our questioning of Cardinal Monaghan and left the church. Wrong tense is fine.
Pretty good head on your shoulders. We can use that Maya what's-his-name if the old fart starts talking out of line during the trial. My position doesn't truly allow me to keep him at bay. It's a great help that you've found a way to do so.
I can't believe Inquisitor Lister is actually praising me. He doesn't strike me as the type to praise his subordinates. The sudden praise then makes me feel so awkward and embarrassed that I look away. The credit goes to you, Inquisitor. This all happened because you brought up the article in the tabloid.
You have the right of it. I am a talented man.
At least he knows his worth.
What? What are you laughing at?
Oh, nothing at all. So, what is this about an incident 13 years ago? Did something happen between the Cardinal and Vice Commander Creus?
You heard the order, did you not? I'm not to talk about it. All you need to remember is that a large abyss sits between Cass and the church.
Oh, okay. Oh, and one more thing. I may have heard this wrong, but I feel like I heard the Cardinal mention something about a demolition.
You heard it right. If you like this church, then visit it as much as you're able.
But it's such a pretty church. Why tear it down?
It's deteriorated. You remember the storm a few years back? The winds cracked a portion of the stained glass window. It wouldn't cost much to repair, but there are fears another storm of that scale could destroy the building entirely. To offset any danger to the citizens, it was decided we would demolish the church.
So there's an actual reason behind it. If that's the case, then I suppose I'll just have to accept it.
Big shots are scarily competent at fabricating reasons for things when their guilt eats away at them.
Huh.
Hurry it up. We've got places to be.
So yeah, trying to cover up.
Yeah. What happened? The Cardinal and Inquisitor spoke of nothing but art just now. Does the Cardinal even care to see this awful incident resolved? The adherents now look less favorably on Rick Monaghan.
Swing with their, like one of your chords.
Who do you think we have to interview next?
Yes.
Yes. Evidence has been acquired. I've returned to this cellar to talk with the Vice Commander. He's been removed from his shackles, and he looks far better now than he did before.
Let's see. Should we, like after like this interviewing Korea, should we see if the
Yeah.
it's gone? Then,
I'd be down to, yeah.
Then eat and.
Oh, that's true. We could end early and then return to this later.
Oh yeah, I want to finish.
To finish this chapter, yeah. We do want to finish the chapter. All right, so we'll get through Creus, and then we will
Take a break.
Take a break, and then I guess next stream can include the end of this chapter and the next chapter. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right.
Hey, Evan. Hope Tyr hasn't been giving you a hard time.
Vice Commander Creus, how are your injuries?
They're perfectly fine.
Impossible! How can he even have the energy to laugh after being tortured by Master Tyrell himself?
Is this man even human?
Hey, Tyr!
I'd like to start my investigation for the trial tonight. When are you gonna let me out of here?
Cardinal Monaghan has ordered that you remain under lock and key until the trial.
Why? That places him at far too unfair a disadvantage.
His order is sealed with all 7 cardinals' blood. It is not something that can be so easily overturned.
All 7 cardinals? Why go that far?
You've not made any friends in the church, I see. Why don't we assuage your boredom with a nice round of questioning?
Huh? I've already talked plenty, I think.
But you've not answered to my subordinate yet.
I'm sorry, sir, but will you allow me to ask some questions as well?
Of course. Ask whatever you want.
First, I'd like to ask about the witness. Do you have any idea why someone would claim they saw you strike Prince Lucian down?
Not a clue. I was having a quiet evening at home last night.
Can anyone vouch for this?
No, I was alone. I was planning to stay awake, but the next thing I knew, morning had come around. I thought I was pretty resistant to drowsiness, but I guess not. That's not so odd, though. They say everyone falls into a deep slumber when the Memrum commits their deed. Right, Tyr?
Is that true?
It is. It was the very same during the Memrum incident 50 years ago. An article at the time reported that all throughout the kingdom were put under a sleeping spell.
Then isn't our witness account suspicious? Not even our witness should have been able to escape a magical sleep.
It is Cardinal Monaghan's argument that we are still unsure if we are dealing with the self-same witch. According to him, there is such chance that sleeping magic may not have been used, should this be a different witch.
That's certainly not a chance we can ignore. We've no idea what 50 years means to a witch compared to us humans.
Can't really argue with that. It's not like our citizens would doubt the word of a priest.
It still comes down to the citizens' perception. It's terrifying to think this trial will come down to something so fickle.
Hey, there are other things worth discussing. This is your chance to fight his vulnerabilities. We may be able to use such knowledge later.
Does Vice Commander Creus actually have any weaknesses? Ow!
Are you an idiot, an utter dunce? Am I to assume...
Look at his fucking face.
Am I to assume you are a fool?
Hey, now, Tyr, am I not raising a hand to my lovely subordinate?
She is with the Inquisitors now. Considering my usual curriculum involves 10% carrot, 90% stick, this is nothing to cry home about.
Oh, oops.
Sure,
No, it's fine, I got it. The Vice Commander is perfect. He has no weaknesses to speak of.
There must be at least one. Maybe he's bald, or scrawny, or smelly, or a loud snorer. Maybe he's unpopular with women, or hated by his subordinates, or an inflexible cheapskate.
Damn, that's harsh, dear. None whatsoever.
Ah, you're utterly maddening.
Though we continue our questioning for some time after that, I ultimately cannot figure out what the Vice Commander's weak point. I intend to shift the conversation to our investigation and share what we've learned with him, but the Cardinal shows up soon afterward and chases us out. Why is the Church so hostile towards Vice Commander Creus? I wish I thought to ask.
To think someone could dance circles around Master Tyrrell like that. Creus Kasserok is as formidable as the rumors claim.
Oh, that's her.
If I were to mimic his mannerisms, would I be popular as well?
The Inquisitors now look more favorably on Creus Kasserok.
And there we go.
Yeah.
Continue.
Yeah. One sec. Ah, fucking hell. I can't hit the W.
We'll wrap up Scream.
Alrighty, everyone. So
Yep.
that is most of this chapter. We just have to get through 2 more investigations and a couple more choices.
Yep.
And we will finish that in the next stream.
Yep.
Along with hopefully the next chapter as well, just to
Yeah.
ensure that we're kind of ending on chapters, because that's what we're kind of aiming to do, but that's a loose
Sure. We'll see.
thing. All right. Ending thoughts and closing. I cannot see.
I mean, I like how. I like the pace. Pace is good. Yeah, and I see like why. Like, okay, like see, go Rick first because, or like the Cardinal first because like we get background on everything, and then like Creus after because like get more background on the relationship between Cardinals and Creus.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Anyway, but yeah,
What do you think of the rat so far?
I like it.
You do? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say? What were you gonna do if I said I didn't like it?
Oh, it's gonna be sad. Because this is like one of my favorite routes in the game, if not my favorite. Maybe Zen's. Maybe. Zen's was pretty good too, but this one's really good.
Okay.
Anyway, thank you for joining us
Yep,
on
thank
this second stream,
Yeah.
and we will be back
With a third.
a third stream,
Oh my god.
probably today as well. Who
Yeah.
knows? We'll see. All right. Peace out.
Yep, peace out. Bye.
Bye.